Completing Terraria is actually not that hard. You just have to only actually beat a couple of bosses and then get yourself to the way some gear. But did you know there were some bosses that you haven't seen yet? Or if you're on the real OG, you must have seen them, but not all, I'm not 100% sure. But if you see all three of them, you can consider yourself as a true OG of the game. And if for those who don't know, let's begin just with number 3. But before we start, very quick, I would very appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, thanks. And also write down in the comments how many bosses did you know, and yeah, let's just begin. At number 3 we have the Turkor The Ungrateful, which is just a turkey filled with different vegetables and also has a flying cat. And that's actually a pre-hard mode boss that was on the Nintendo 3DS. And you can summon it only during the Thanksgiving season from the 1st of November until the 30th. And you were able to summon it with a curse, the thing that you could get from any enemy, and the percentage was 14.29, which I think it's pretty nice. And this only during the Thanksgiving season from the 1st to the 30th of November. And I think now we're just gonna show you a gameplay of it, but before that I'm gonna just show you a list of what you could get. And actually the only special thing that you could get at 100% from here is the Hull No Plenty, that actually gives you only potion sickness, which I think doesn't make even any sense. But as you can see, that's a bad turkey, so don't eat the turkey. And I think Terraria did this pretty well. And now for the clip. Sorry if the quality is that low. It was recorded on a Nintendo 3DS and I find it on YouTube. So sorry if the quality is so bad. But like for its time, I think it was great to record on 240p from a little console. But yeah, just watch the clip and after that we will get to number 2. And very quick, if you're asking for his history, it was released on 1.1, so pretty early, on the mobile version also, and it was removed on 1.307. Kinda lasted 2 versions of the game and then just got out. But I think for those of you who experienced that boss, I think it was kinda cool. Like I said, you can write it of course in the comments if you play Terraria since then. Let's get truly to number 2. And here again we have a mob that's on pre-hard mode. It's again an exclusive one that's during the Easter season. And again it's on a Nintendo 3DS and the mobile version of Terraria, which is Lepus, this little cute bunny which you see right now. And it actually was not that hard to summon it. For this you had actually only to have a suspicious looking egg, which you could get from disaster bunnies which are spawning I think everywhere on the map during this Easter season. And also kinda depends on in the year when it was the Easter season. And otherwise you could get from this disaster bunny 100% a suspicious looking egg, and then with that summon the Lepus. And again it was on mobile actually introduced on 1.1.91 and it was removed without anything said on 1.307, which I think also very sad. I would be happy if they could introduce it in the modern version, because I think Easter is a nice holiday and this bunny looks actually not that bad to summon. And here again is a list of the items that you could get. The special ones were the egg cannon, the boots of All-Star, which are vanity item, and also the bunny hood, which is actually also 10% drop rate as you can see. But the interesting thing is that you could get Soul of Might in pre-hard mode, only 3, but you could get this in pre-hard mode. I think that's some kind of little cheat if you were in that version. Again, you can write that down if you were there and like comment your experience with that. And for the clip, this time it's at 480p and I'm gonna show you the clip. Just look at the fight. I think it's also interesting, like I said. Just watch it, and then after that again we will get to number 1, because number 1 is the most interesting one, because it was not actually only an event boss, but you will see later on, so stay to the video. And now at number 1 we have the Ocram, which is actually, or was, the final boss in Terraria until 1.3 on console. But Terraria didn't like the fact that they wanted to do some changes also on the PC version on 1.4. That's because they removed him, and now as you can see the final boss is the Moon World, which I think it's not that bad of a decision because it's actually kind of cool, but it will be totally messed up for the Terraria community if they kept the Ocram, and that's why they decided to move him away. And he was a pure mix for me personally of the Brain of Cthulhu and the Eye of Cthulhu. I'm gonna also of course show you some gameplay if you want, or I am sure you want, but I'm also pretty sure they, or on the Team loader, you can do some mods that you can play him again. Not exactly the same, but you can, or you could play him. So yeah, maybe if you know something about it, you can write out of course in the comments. Otherwise, you could summon it with a suspicious looking skull at night. And here's the recipe. As you can see, you needed a mechanical skull and 2 mechanical eyes, which I think was pretty strange. Otherwise, the adamantite bars or the titanium bars were totally right, I think. It's a hard mode that they could use. And now I think now I'm gonna show you a gameplay of it a little bit that you can watch. But right before that, I'm gonna show you just very quick a list of the items that he can drop because they were very interesting, and most of them does not even exist anymore in the PC version at least. Like the Soul of Blight, which were also souls that you could get from him or other boss, if I'm pretty sure. So I don't remember it exactly, but surely from him. You could get a whole set of a dragon armor, titan armor, spectre armor. These were like the end game armors to this time. Also pretty nice. Spectral arrows, there were also some kind of end game arrows, or pretty strong one. And then here's the Ocram trophy and mask, but otherwise here's the clip and enjoy. This was the video, guys. I hope I could entertain you, so if I did, I would very appreciate if you subscribe to my channel because it means a lot for me. And this video was actually a little bit tricky to make because I had to search out the specific information and the footage of the gameplay itself, but it was also kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. And otherwise, I think if you're new to Terraria, because if you don't know all the bosses, or you can also of course write down how many bosses that you already know. And otherwise, if you're a beginner to Terraria and you're interested in Terraria or progress in the game itself, here's a video for top 3 things to do before entering card mode. Trust me, they're gonna save you a lot of time in game, because I think on the world, in the real life, time is the most valuable, one of the most valuable currencies. So yeah, watch that video to save you a little bit time later on. Otherwise, this was for me. I hope I see you in some other videos, and have a very nice day. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. Link in the description. Goodbye.